What is going on, people? My name is Callum WM. How are we all doing? Welcome to my transfer window tier list. I'm going to go through the teams and seeing how they did in the transfer window and ranking them on elite, decent, average, meh and awful. So let's get into it. First up, we have Arsenal. I'm going to put Arsenal in average. I think they could have done a lot better with the money they had. Ben White is a good signing. I do think he may be okay. I know I made a lot of memes, but I think he might be okay. Odegaard, same player as last year. A lot of the players that Arsenal have signed are not going to improve them to the level where they're going to get top 4. Next up, we have Aston Villa. I'm going to put Aston Villa in average. I think losing Jack Grealish is so huge for Aston Villa. They needed him to push on and be that next guy, but they couldn't keep him. Obviously, he can go to Man City. Getting Buendia and Ings and Leon Bailey, Twanzebe and Ashley Young. I mean, they're good signings. I think they're good signings. Are they going to fill the void that Jack Grealish has left? No. Brentford had a meh kind of window. I don't think they really made any players of Premier League quality. I know they have a different model to everyone else. They didn't really lose too many players, but the only real player of significance that they signed is the guy from Celtic. I think they could have done a lot better. They obviously always buy youth and they have a different system, but I think it's a meh window for Brentford. Next up, we have Brighton. Obviously, losing Ben White is huge for them, so I'm going to put them in meh. I don't really think the signings they brought in are going to, fill the void again that Ben White is leaving. Next up, we have Burnley. I'm going to put Burnley in awful. They never really make any big signings or change their squad. They've brought in Nathan Collins from Stoke, which I think is an average signing. They signed someone from Lyon. I think he's an okay signing, but I don't think he's Premier League quality, if I'm being perfectly honest. Next up, we have Chelsea. I'm going to put Chelsea in elite. I think getting Southampton on loan is brilliant for them. Adding Romelu Lukaku and factoring in the players that they've sold for so much money. Their philosophy of how they bring through youth and sell them, I think is, they're not going to bring them into the first team, so they sell them for a very, very good amount. They're very good negotiators. They've got Romelu Lukaku in a striker position they needed. They've added strength and depth in Sal Niguez. I think it is a brilliant window for Chelsea. Next two is Crystal Palace. I think Crystal Palace have had an elite window, considering they lost 11 players being released on contracts or moving on to different places. They've really changed the philosophy and changed the idea of the squad. They've got some Premier League quality in there. Good window for Palace considering the squad they had at the start of the window. They've done really well. An elite window for Palace. Next up, we have Everton. I'm going to put Everton in average. I think they haven't really made too many players going out, and they haven't really bought anyone to match the level of the transfer window they had last year with obviously with Carlo Ancelotti. I know Carlo Ancelotti has a different kind of pull to Rafa Benitez, but next up we have Leeds. I think Leeds have had a decent window. I think Daniel James fits their philosophy. A great transfer on transfer deadline day. Lewis Bate was obviously very highly regarded at Chelsea. Jack Harrison, who's someone who's been on loan at Leeds and known Leeds for a good couple of years. Juno Firpo, he looked decent in his first couple of games from Barcelona. I think that's a great signing. So overall, I think it's a great window for Leeds. Leicester, I think Leicester have had a decent window. They got the players which I think we all expected them to get. Vestergaard from Southampton is a very good signing to match up with Souček. Also getting Samari in, who I'm not really too sure about. Ryan Bertrand is a good signing for experience and backup. A decent window for Leicester. Next up, we have Liverpool. Liverpool in awful. I think Liverpool needed a star signing. Getting Van Dijk back is like a signing, I get that. But will he be the same player? We don't know this. Getting Conte in is a great signing for them. I think he's a good signing. I do think he's going to improve the team. But, I think they lost Gino Wijnaldum. They needed something to really send a message to the Premier League. Next to Manchester City. I'm going to put Manchester City in a... I'm going to put it in an awful window. No, I'm going to put it in a meh window. I'm going to put it in meh. Because I think getting Jack Grealish is great for them. Do they need him? No, I don't think they do. They needed a striker. We all know they needed a striker. They went for Harry Kane. They went for Ronaldo. They lost Aguero. They may have little rumours about Messi. Next up, we have Manchester United. I think Man United had a decent window. Getting Jadon Sancho, Rafael Varane, Cristiano Ronaldo and Tom Heaton is always good. But I think it would have been an elite window if they brought in a central midfielder. Me being a Man United fan, I did see that we needed a centre midfielder. We needed someone who was going to take the game by the scruff of the neck, like a Declan Rice, or I think it's a decent window for Man United. I think they could improve. Ronaldo coming back is great, but they needed a defensive midfielder so badly. Next up, we have Newcastle. I'm going to put Newcastle in average. I think that getting Joe Willock is great for them. He was great towards the end of last season. But they haven't really, they've never had the money to bring in someone that's going to you know, make someone's like hair stand up on the back of your neck. You're never going to bring someone that's going to improve them too much. Obviously getting Santiago Munez, maybe that's the, you know, the star signing kind of thing. But we have Norwich. I'm going to put Norwich in average as well. I think getting Billy Gilmore and Brandon Williams, they've got two very good youngsters. A lot of the rest of the players are kind of like people you haven't really heard of or are in youth teams. The only real signing which I can say I like from Norwich is Kabak, who played for Liverpool last season. He put in some impressive performances. Next up we have Southampton. Now I think Southampton have again had a meh kind of window. I think the players they brought in are good. Armstrong is good. I think Livramento, I think, is going to be one of the stars of the season. I think he's going to be like a Tyreek Lamptey. They lost Vestergaard, they lost Ings, they lost Ryan Bertrand, who are three senior players, and you lose that in your squad, you lose a lot, and I think you can't let that happen in one window. Next up we have Tottenham. I think Tottenham are decent. They've had a decent window. Keeping Harry Kane was the biggest thing for Tottenham. That made it a decent window. They didn't lose him. They've added some okay players that I think may be good or may be bad. They're like either going to be brilliant or they're going to be shit. That's kind of, I think it's a decent window, but keeping Kane made it a decent window. Next up we have Watford. I think Watford, they had a meh kind of window. Losing Will Hughes, losing Craig Dawson is big. Losing Troy Deeney as well, who is a big leader in the squad. I think that probably is not the greatest thing for them. They haven't really brought anyone in of real Premier League quality. They've brought in kind of people from outside and people who kind of has-beens in the Premier League, like a Josh King or a Danny Rose. Next up we have West Ham. I'm going to put West Ham in decent, elite, sorry. I'm going to put West Ham in elite. I think they had a very, very good window. Bringing in Valix from CSKA Moscow is a great signing. Craig Dawson was great for them last year. Bringing in the goalkeeper from Fulham, who was very impressive, probably kept Fulham, you know, off the bottom sometimes. Bringing in Kurt Zuma as well. Kurt Zuma is a great player. I've always rated him. I think he's a great signing. Finally, we have Wolves. I'm going to put Wolves in decent. With Wolves in decent. Obviously, they lost their manager, but that doesn't really count for transfers. So I think overall it's a good window from Wolves. I think it's what they expected. The Portuguese, you know, anthem is strong with Wolves. That is the tier list for the transfer window 2021-2022 season. Without further ado, people, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you did enjoy. Share the video around. I need every little bit of share I can get right now. And yeah, peace out. Much love, guys.